G'day guys, Seeney here, and welcome to another episode on the Australian Wealth Channel. And yeah, it turns out that we were right. So thank you guys so much for watching this channel. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps to get these videos out to more people. So if you've been following this channel, you would know that we love Voyager Digital stock. And in the last few days, this stock is actually up 70% in only a couple of days, which is just insane. Could you imagine if all of our stocks just moved up that quickly, that fast? That would just be insane. So I've been talking about this stock on the channel for the last probably month or two, and it's just been on a gradual decline, getting lower and lower and lower to a point where I thought it was just undeniable, you know, the value that was in this particular stock. So I started buying up, and as it dipped more, I kept buying, and started to make those buys a little bit heavier too. So I built this into a position that was worth roughly $22,000. And needless to say, after the last couple of days, that position is up quite significantly. We're well into the 30,000 mark, which is fantastic. And this is one that I totally didn't expect. Over the last couple of days, we've been staying at the Crown Towers in Sydney, which is a fantastic place. Highly recommend. Very, very luxe and very, very nice. And you know, I was going to bed after a fantastic day of eating a lot of food and hanging out by the pool at sunset and all these kinds of things. And I thought, just as I was waking up, wouldn't it be awesome if one of my stocks went up overnight? And it did. That day, it went up about 38% just in one day, which is crazy. So at this point, I'm sitting on a 60% gain in this stock, which is great, but I feel personally that this has a long way to run, and I'm going to explain why and why it might not be too late to get into Voyager Digital. Of course, you know, you need to do your own research when it comes to investing in stocks. Don't just take people's word for it on the internet. So Voyager Digital came out with a few different news pieces that were just like boom, boom, boom. And before we knew it, the stock was just up massively. So I just wanted to break that down, and as to why this stock is actually up a huge amount, because there's some really bullish catalysts that are worth talking about. So the first thing is their financial year results. They had revenue of $175 million, which is up from just $1 million of revenue in the previous financial year. So we're looking at a growth rate of 175x, which is pretty significant. That's a very fast growing company. There's no two ways to slice that one. And they also had operating income of $56 million. So this is a company that is already profitable, which is fantastic. I mean, that is really what you want to see in a company. They have total verified users of 1.75 million. So that's up from 86,000. Another huge jump. I don't think I've seen a company that's growing this fast in the stock market. And they now have $2.6 billion under management, which is up from 35 million. So we're looking at huge jumps, absolutely massive jumps, like 60, 70 times the money under management, which is phenomenal. Already profitable. What more could you want? So their financial results, fantastic. And we're going to probably see that continue in the future going forward. The next thing that we need to talk about is, of course, the partnership with Mark Cuban. Now, everyone knows Mark. He's a billionaire. He's been on Shark Tank. He's been in the game a long time with his tech companies of the past. And then, of course, now he's moved into the crypto space, and he's doing a lot of stuff there already. So Voyager Digital partnered with the Dallas Mavericks. Anyone that signed up and traded actually got $100 worth of Bitcoin, which is a fantastic partnership, encouraged a lot of signups. In fact, so many that the app was actually throttling those signups. You know, some people were in kind of a wait list to actually get onto the platform, which is fantastic. It's an awesome problem to have. Having Mark Cuban attached to the company is obviously a very good move. If people that are billionaires are starting to jump on board and have partnerships with Voyager Digital, that can only be a good sign. So the app went from, I believe, around 30 in the finance space on the App Store, all the way up to 7 I've seen at the latest, and could continue to climb, which is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that's what you want to see. Like, it's becoming clear that Voyager is starting to be quite an important player in this particular space. And I personally believe they're going to scale up quite fast, and they have the team to do it, which is the most important thing. One of the really attractive things about Voyager Digital for people that want to use the platform is that their staking rewards are just top notch. You know, they have rates that you can't really beat anywhere else. So let's say that you buy a lot of a particular coin, you can stake that coin and you will earn interest on that. I believe that Polkadot is a cryptocurrency, and you can get a 12% return by staking your Polkadot amongst a lot of other coins there as well. So the rates are really attractive, which encourages people to move over to Voyager Digital rather than be on some of these other platforms. So one of the most important metrics for Voyager Digital going forward is going to be monthly active users, and it's pretty clear that people are coming onto this platform in droves if they're having to throttle people. So I'm expecting that this company going forward is going to be doing some fantastic numbers, because we know that a lot of people that trade in the crypto space generally play with a fair bit of money. Some people have played in the past and have done really well, and obviously they're trying to get the best rewards. So I know there's a lot of even YouTubers on the internet that are moving all of their current portfolios onto Voyager just because the staking rewards are so much better than other platforms, and that can only lead to good things. Based on the valuation of this company, I personally believe that it's still really cheap. And there is the potential that this could grow into a Coinbase-sized company if they continue to execute as a really high level and also diversify, which is something that they'll be looking at doing in the future too. It won't just be crypto, it's going to be stocks. And something that has been mentioned a few times by the CEO is they're looking at ways where they can trade crypto for stocks and vice versa. So you don't actually have to go through, say, the US dollar or the Australian dollar, anything like that. You can just trade from crypto to stocks. So that's going to be something really interesting when that eventuates. The next piece of news, which is a really important piece of news, is there's a partnership with Alameda, and they have injected $75 million into the company, which I believe is roughly a 4% stake in the company. So this is a big deal because this is a fund that does, I think, over $5 billion a day. Yes, a day in trading in the cryptocurrency space. So that's worth keeping in mind. It's great to have a partner like that on board that's heavily involved, and not only with cryptocurrencies, but also with NFTs. Obviously over time, Voyager Digital has the infrastructure there and the people there and the investment there to build that platform out so that they can not just be an exchange for crypto, but so many more things, which means more growth vectors, which is really what you want when you're looking at purchasing the stock of a company. There's multiple ways that the company can grow, and there's multiple ways they can grow really fast. So going forward, what are the financial results going to look like for Voyager? I personally believe that they're going to be fantastic because we're seeing a lot of volume come back into the crypto space, especially with the Shiba Inu craze. There's a lot of people buying into this particular coin. I think the market cap's around $50 billion, which is insane. It's about 25 times bigger than Voyager, I believe, or roughly around that. So there's big volume at the moment, which is fantastic. And clearly investors have seen that Voyager is going to be one of those companies that's going to do really well going forward because they're flooding into the stock. This stock has been beaten down a long way. The all-time highs were 30. I personally believe that over time, I don't know when, that we're going to go back there and we're going to far surpass it. Because, the company has grown so much in the last year, and yet their stock price is cheaper. So it's something that Jeff Bezos has talked about before. He saw Amazon stock just going down and down and down, but yet the business metrics were going up and up and up. And for him, that was really, really interesting because the company is not the stock and the stock is not the company. And this is very much the case with Voyager Digital, in my personal opinion. So I'm happy for the stock to come back down. In fact, I'd be really keen to buy more after seeing these financial results, the partnerships that have been announced, the investments that have been announced in this particular company. I'm still keen to buy more. So if we see, a reasonable pullback of more than 10%, I'm going to be buying again. Because, this is one of the best deals I personally believe in the stock market at the moment. Because everything recently I've found is so overvalued. Tech companies are trading at very high forward PEs. Their earnings are really good. Don't get me wrong, but they're still so expensive. So there's not much room for upside there. Whereas with a company like this that's growing so fast and being beaten down so much, I just see a lot more upside there. So that's one of the reasons that I'm looking to Voyager Digital over some of the other companies. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'd be keen to hear what you guys think about Voyager. Do you have some big gains? That's what I want to know. Because anyone that's bought recently is doing quite well out of that. Some people are longer term holders who might not be back to level. I'd be really keen to hear your experience with this particular stock. So Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to trade stocks, I have a link to Stake in the description. You can get yourself a free stock once you deposit money. Could be GoPro, could be Nike, could be Dropbox. And of course, I have a link to WeMoney, and that's where I track my net worth, and we're closing in on that $1 million mark, which is really exciting. So if you want to track your net worth and get $5 free just for signing up, then go to the link I have in the description for WeMoney. So thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. My name is Seeney, and we'll see you later.